All right, so first one, we're going to go through, we're going to change this part into sys form. Because once it's in sys form, division becomes subtraction and powers become simple multiplication. So we need to change it to sys form first. So for negative 3 plus 3i, we have x is negative 3, y is 3, and your r will be the square root of 9 plus 9, or 3 square root of 2, square root of 18. Theta, inverse tangent of 3 over negative 3. Now that's inverse tangent of negative 1. I need to draw a quick picture of that. That's going to be back 3, up 3. So it's going to be here. So inverse tangent, which is that, 1 or negative 1? Which one is it? Inverse tangent. I'm sorry, I said that poorly. Inverse tangent of 1 is at pi over 6, pi over 3, or pi over 4? Pi over 4. So there's some pi over 4 involved here, and that's going to be from here up to here. So then what will this one here be? 3 pi over 4. So the top part is going to be, let's see, I'm just going to say the square root of 18 is 18 to the 1/2 power, cis 3 pi over 4. We have to make that conversion first. Now we're going to do the same thing, except this time we're going to do it for the square root of 3 plus I. So let's do that. Square root of 3 plus I. So for this one, you're going to have x is square root of 3, y is 1 times I, and then r is just going to be the square root of 3 plus 1, which is square root of 4 is 2, Theta is inverse tangent. This one you can see, though, 1 over square root of 3. Is that pi over 6 or pi over 3? Pi over 6. So this one's a lot sweeter. This is going to be 2 cis pi over 6. Okay? And all of this is going to be to the 5th. How are we doing so far? Got that part okay? So now all we have to do is we have to do a little bit of, well, interesting. You can do this a number of different ways. You could take all of these to the 5th first and then divide, or you can divide first and then take the 5th. It makes no difference. What you might want to do, though, is, no, that won't help. This is going to be 18 to the 1/2 over 2. That's what that 18 to 1/2 over 2 is. And then this is going to be cis 3 pi over 4 and pi over 6. But what do you do in between if it's dividing? Subtract. Yeah. If we were multiplying them, we'd add. They're log-like. So then you're going to do 3 over 3, 2 over 2. And so you're going to get 18 to the 1/2 power over 2, cis 9 pi over 12 minus 2 pi over 12 is what? 7 pi over 12. Okay? And all of these are to the 5th power. So this is horrible. 18 to the 1/2 over 2. Take that to the 5th. Cis 7 pi over 12. You demob this, the theta is going to be multiplied by 5. Because that's what happens in the angle. This you take the power, this you're just going to do that. This doesn't get very nice. 18 to the 1/2 over 2 to the 5th. Cis 35 pi over 12. I'm interested to see what you end up with. They have 18 to the 5/2 power over 32. Yep, I agree with that. 18 to the 5/2 over 2 to the 5th. That's fine. Cis, 11 pi over 12. What did I do wrong? We have 35 pi over 12. You just need to subtract 2 pi. It's not wrong, but subtract 24 pi over 12. And you see how 35 minus 24 gives me 11? And we got it. Icky number at the beginning there. They just did this 18 to the 5 halves. 2 to the 5th is 32. I'm going to do that. So take this out. Take that. And this will make this final answer 18 to the 5 halves over 32. Perfect. That's the first one. You go ahead and work on those next two.
32 and then
2 to the 5th. 2 to the 5th, yeah. With this second one, they're giving you you're going to need to factor this all the way. The root is x equal to 1 minus 2i. What's the factor? X what? Minus 1 plus 2i equals 0. And then the other one is going to be 1 plus 2i, so that factor is going to be x minus 1, still minus 1, minus 2i. So you're going to have to multiply those out. And remember, you can use that little shortcut I showed you. X times x is x squared. Negative x will be negative 2x. Negative 1 times negative 1 is 1. 2i times negative 2i is just going to be positive 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. Or you can do it that long other way too. But it ends up being this, and that. How to get 5? Negative 2i times 2i is 4. And negative 1 times negative 1 is 1. So you add 1 and 4. Or do it the long way, what we had talked about. You take the x times x is x squared. X times negative 1 is negative x. Negative 2xi. Is this part okay? And you just go ahead and do that. Negative x plus 1 plus 2i. And then this is going to be 2xi minus 2i minus 4i squared, which is I squared is negative 1, will be plus 4. So when I add these up, I'm going to get x squared, I'm going to get negative 2x, I'm going to get 1 plus 4 is 5. And all of these are going to cancel. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take x squared minus 2x plus 5, and you're going to divide it into x to the 4, x to the 4 minus x cubed minus 9x squared plus 29x minus 60 looks horrible, but I bet it's going to work though. Let's do the long division for this one. X squared times x squared will give me x to the 4th minus 2x cubed plus 5x squared. So when I take that opposite, you're going to get 0, you're going to get x cubed, you're going to get negative, 14x squared, that's big. Drop this 29 plus 29x.
Not 14. 14. Yeah.
Did I do something?
No, you're good.
Okay. Well, that's fine. We know. All right, so then x squared times what is x cubed? Plus x, so that gives you x cubed minus 2x squared plus 5x. Take the opposite of those. And then that's going to give me 0, negative 12x squared minus, this is where it should pay out here, 24x minus 60. So then if I take this minus 12, I should get negative 12x squared minus plus 24x. Wait a minute. Yep, it is. Thank you. And then 5 times that is negative 60. So when I do the opposites, they give you 0. So when I factor this, I'm going to get x squared minus 2x plus 5. That's factored all the way down. That's the complex. But does this one factor into two nice things? X, 3, 4, and the 3 is negative and the 4 is positive. There's your answer. And it does agree with this one, x minus 3 and x plus 4. Those are all the factors. All the roots, if they ask for the roots, you would say x equal to 1 minus 2i, x equal to 1 plus 2i. Those are the two that go with this. X equal to 3 and x equal negative 4. If you wanted the roots. We didn't need them here, but these are the factors. This is called the real factors. X minus 1 plus 2i would be a complex factor. All right, go ahead and work on that last one. So for this last one, you have 2 over 2 over 1 minus I. Well, you're going to want to multiply by the conjugate for that one, aren't you? You're going to want to do that. And then this one, you're going to want to multiply. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 2 is 10i. You're going to want to do that. This one, you're going to want to FOIL. 4 times 2 is 8, so it'll be negative 8. 2i minus 20i is negative 18i, but it's the opposite, so it'll be plus 18i. I times negative 5i squared will be positive 5, but this is minus that. So this one here at the top is going to be 2 plus 2i. In the bottom, it's going to be 1. Negative I plus I is 0. Minus I will be plus 1. And if you divide 2 over 2 and 2 over 2, this one just turns into 1 plus I. 1 plus I. Plus 15. Plus, let's go 15 minus 5. 15 minus 5 is 10. Oh, minus 8 is 2. 10i plus 18i is 28i. So if we add 1 and 2, you get 3i, and 28i is 29i. Is that what we were supposed to get? Oh, yeah. 3 plus 29i.